South Texas families getting some help by way of stimulus money after a local group receives close to $20 million for childcare. Workforce Solutions Alamo receiving $17 million in stimulus funds to subsidize and in some cases cover childcare costs for parents going back to school and work.
Mientras tanto, algunas familias de San Antonio recibirán apoyo financiero para la guardería de sus hijos. Alamo Workforce Solutions aseguró $17 millones en fondos federales que serán utilizados para cubrir el costo de cuidados infantiles.
It was a lot of stress, thinking about it.
Daycare is so expensive, period.
It's either rent or daycare, and you can't make the choice because you have to have daycare so you can go to work, and you have to go to work so you can pay the rent.
Actually stressed a lot because I didn't think I would be able to go back to work.
I was really struggling along, and I thought about asking my grandma.
I'm the type that likes to, do things for myself.
She doesn't mind doing 3 or 4 hours here, but there's no way she could have done an 8-hour day, five days a week.
It's kind of embarrassing sometimes to have to ask your friends, to lend you money because you can't afford it.
Sometimes it's not even worth going back to work because that's where all your money will go to is the daycare. So in that aspect, I'm grateful that there is a program, and I truly believe it will help a lot of families.
Naomi Rendon is a single mother of 5 children. Her youngest daughter attends preschool here at the Wesley Center.
You had a good day?
Normally, she'd have to pay nearly $470 a month for daycare, but through Workforce Solutions Alamo's subsidized childcare program, which was expanded with ARRA funds, her parent fee is only $242 a month.
The program actually enabled me to get my bachelor's degree because I was less stressed on worrying who's going to take care of my children, The program was based on the income. At that point, I didn't have to pay much because I was still in school and I was only working part-time. At a point, I was not under the program and I struggled. It was just a big worry. I'm like, where am I going to get the payment for the daycare? Because it's very expensive.
Ava's a talker, she likes to experience things first. Soraya, she's more shy and she won't say hi right away.
Soraya also won't push the car. It's up to her big sister Ava to guide the pair on their playground adventures. But for their mother, Veronica Trejo, finding affordable childcare was an adventure all in its own.
I felt it was harder for me because, trying to support for 2 at one time, they're the same age. I can't even explain it. It's really difficult.
Especially when the price tag for childcare for this single mother, who is currently going to school to be a medical assistant and working full-time at another daycare, was still around $1,100 a month.
My mom was talking to me about it and she said, well, it's not going to be worth it because all you're working for is for them to be in daycare and you're right there. It's not going to work out. It's like you just staying home.
But Veronica enrolled in Workforce Solutions Alamo's subsidized childcare program and saw her out-of-pocket expense drop to only $126 a month.
What do you think would have happened had this program not been available for you?
I probably still would have been at home. I think I would have actually not been able to finish school.
Now, Veronica says she's grateful for the new life the child care program gave her and her daughters.
From not working, being at home, to now going to school, finishing school, and having a job on the side.
Can you kiss? Mwah. I was thinking what I was gonna do, and because my grandma, she's the only one that doesn't really do anything. My mom and stepdad both work, and my grandma's 80 years old, and there's just no way she could have kept them full time, so I honestly would be lost. I really would.
Good boy! That was before Raina Becerra joined the subsidized childcare program. Now, all the single mother has to worry about is keeping up with her 18-month-old son, Lyric.
It's not like a big weight on my shoulders as how I thought it would be before I found out about the program. I was just thinking, what's going to be the point in working because I'm going to be left with nothing again. So it's really, it's probably one of the best blessings I've had. It really is. It's helped me a ton.
Raina, who works as a veterinary technician, heard about the program from her sister, who was also struggling with the cost of childcare.
She has 2 kids, and she used to pay, I think, $1,100 a month. She lives in Bulverde. And I mean, she'd call me monthly and just be like, man, I can't even make my car payment. Well, the day she got it, I'll never forget, she called me literally crying.
Raina immediately got on the stimulus-funded program and saw her $430 a month childcare bill drop dramatically.
When I went down there for my appointment, she was like, well, your parent fee for the month is gonna be, I think it's like $110, and I almost fainted. I was like, oh my gosh, that's less than a 1 week. Walked out that day and I said, thank you, Lord, you were with me today.
She loves it. You know, I bring her and before I even get her out of the truck, she's throwing her blanket and everything. She's like, let's go. So she was very happy. Have a kiss. Thank you.
Rosalina Anzaldúa is the mother to 2-year-old Ariana. She works full-time at IBC Bank, but was struggling with the cost of childcare.
It was very, very stressful trying to figure out, oh, I'm short $100 here, you know, who could I borrow from? And that's the worst feeling ever, is to have to ask somebody, you know, to borrow because you can't afford to do it on your own.
Always independent, the single mother found she needed a little help and got it through Workforce Solutions Alamo.
It was just kind of like, oh my goodness, you know, it was like, thank you, you know, because now I felt like I might be able to actually do it on my own.
And now she is.
I wanted to make sure that, you know, for my daughter, that I set a good example for her, and I showed her that, you know, it can be done on your own, you know, and there's no reason to not work, or, you know, you can always find a way to do it, and there's people out there to help you. So it was one of the, you know, it was one of the best things that I think has happened recently that allowed me to be able to do my job and further my career. So that I can make a better life for her.
The money will be available for almost 2 years. It will help provide child care to nearly 2,000 extra children, on top of the 17,000 kids already in the program.
But right now, we realize that there's never going to be enough money to serve everyone. But we are happy that we have this added limited amount of money for a short period of time, 22 months, that will allow us to serve at least 1,700 more kids.
I wouldn't have had to have a job. I wouldn't have been able to finish school. I'm still living with my mother now, but in the future I can see myself having a place of my own, taking care of my girls.
I'm glad that you guys are here and able to help out, because I don't know how majority of moms would be able to do it being on their own, and there's no way dads or moms being on their own.
It will better a lot of moms out there, a lot of parents, period, in bettering their future, enabling them, one, to go to school or to even get a job. The families that are really in need of it, I'm really glad that the program is out there to help them, to further their education, to better their families.